When you think of Tirumal, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Let us step behind the sacred veil of Tirumala to uncover the profound, centuries-old secrets of the Moolavirat. Let me ask you a straight question. If you take Pacha Karpuram, which is refined green camphor, and leave it rubbed onto a solid granite stone for centuries, what happens to that stone?
Any geologist will tell you that green camphor is highly corrosive to minerals. It causes chemical weathering, creates deep cracks, and eventually turns solid granite to dust. But there is one unique statue on this planet that has been completely smeared with massive amounts of green camphor every single day for hundreds of years. And it doesn't have a single crack. No damage, no weathering. It's perfectly smooth.
We're talking about the Moolavirat, the main deity of Lord Venkateswara Swamy.
Now, let's talk about the visual design of the temple, because the ancient architects were absolute geniuses. When you stand in the queue and look straight into the dark inner sanctum, where does the idol look like it's standing?
It looks like a textbook symmetrical layout. But architectural measurements reveal a stunning secret. The idol is not in the center. It is actually positioned slightly toward the right-hand corner of the room. It's a masterclass in optical engineering. In Shilpa Kala, certain self-manifested idols are deliberately placed in specific energetic zones within the room to balance cosmic forces. But still the Lord appears perfectly centered, drawing your absolute focus the moment you look in. Speaking of focus, have you noticed the eyes? They are almost always covered by that thick, white camphor namam.
Devotees only get a tiny glimpse of his eyes on Thursdays. The ancient texts say that the gaze of this specific idol emits such intense cosmic energy that a normal human being cannot look directly into those eyes without being. The namam acts as a physical shield to tone down the sheer intensity of that spiritual radiation of Lord Venkateshwar.
Highly symbolic. The upper two hands hold the Sudarshana Chakra and the Panchajanya, conch, but beautifully, these weapons are actually detachable gold ornaments. They aren't carved as an inseparable part of the original stone. The lower right hand is in the Vardha Hasta pose, pointing downward toward his feet, signaling to devotees that surrendering to him frees them from the material world. The lower left hand is in the Kativ Lambita pose, resting on the hip. This signifies that the ocean of worldly troubles is only hip deep if you trust in the divine.
Also, both knees are slightly bent forward, as if the Lord is constantly ready to step forward and sprint to help a devotee in distress.
Let's talk about a detail right at the entrance of the main door, the Bangaru Vakili, golden doorway. There is a physical object there that tells a story about the Moolavirat's chin. The iron crowbar. When you walk past the right side of the main door, you'll see an ancient stick or crowbar hanging there. According to history, a devotee named Ananthalwar was digging a lake for the temple's garden. To help him, Lord Venkateshwar manifested as a young boy to carry the mud. Ananthalwar, wanting to do the service entirely himself, got angry at the interruption and threw the crowbar, striking the boy on the chin. When the priests entered the sanctum, they found the Moolavirat bleeding from the chin. Ever since that day, a strict daily ritual is followed. A small piece of pure sandalwood paste, Shrivari Chandanam, is applied to the chin of the deity to symbolically heal the wound.
That gives me goosebumps every time. But you know what the ultimate irony of Tirumala is? Millions of people stand in line for 10, 15, or 20 hours just to ask the Lord for wealth, a job, or a miracle. But the exact second they step in front of the deity, their mind goes completely blank.
It's so true. Everyone prepares a mental checklist of prayers. But the moment they face the Lord, they completely forget their wish. Why does that happen? Well, logistically, you only get about 3 to 5 seconds of direct view because the security team is constantly moving the massive crowds along. You hear the famous chants of Jargandi, Jargandi, which means move along. So your brain is in a fast-paced environment.
That's the physical reason. But spiritually, the Agma Shastras explain a much deeper concept called Nirvikalpa Samadhi, a state of sudden, overwhelming mental stillness. The Moolavirat stands over 8 feet tall, adorned with shimmering diamonds, completely illuminated by pure gold and flickering oil lamps inside a pitch-black chamber. The sheer visual and energetic scale of idol triggers an instant sensory overload. It completely shocks the ego. When you look into that dark, majestic sanctum, the brain's desire center just shuts off. You don't feel like asking for a promotion or a new car anymore. All you feel is an overwhelming sense of gratitude and surrender.
It's why people walk out of the temple, look at each other, and say, I forgot to ask for my wish. But the ancient philosophy says, he is Kali Yuga Varda, the ultimate giver of the age. He already knows what you need before you even climb the hills. You don't need to ask, you just need to show.
If you found these facts fascinating, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share this video with your fellow creators and friends. Until next time, stay curious.